Yo, what is up? Frontlines is going to be back in 5 days this coming Monday. So this video is in preparation. I'm going to share my thoughts with you on how to best prepare for Frontlines and how to make the best out of this game mode. And today we are concentrating on the defense mode. But first of all, remember to subscribe and hit the notification button if you're here for the first time, especially if you are here for the mod pack videos. Every time I make an update, you'll be notified of it. So let's jump straight into today's videos. I want to say thank you to all the support I'm getting on my channel. A lot of new followers that have been coming onto the channel. I love communicating with you guys, engaging with you guys in the comment sections. So please leave a comment, tell me your thoughts, talk about anything you like, and we can get some engagement going and we can talk together. I like talking to you guys because it gives me a little bit of insight on how you feel about the game and where you're coming from. So I'd like to thank you for that. Now, first of all, today's video is about mobility. Now, when I talk about mobility, I'm talking about not just fast mobile tanks. I'm talking also about being flexible and being flexible to relocate your positions. Now, you saw me there clicking on the team sheet, clicking on the map. I'm doing that actually post game when I'm recording the game. As I'm recording the game, I'm hitting the tab button for the team sheet, and I'm hitting the map button to look at the map. But in actual recording, it's actually not showing what I'm actually doing in the game. Does that make sense to you? When I'm actually playing the game, I'm actually tabbing a lot. I'm looking at the team sheets a lot. I'm looking at the map a lot. But during recording, it doesn't show up. It doesn't show that I'm doing that. So I was doing that manually as I was recording the game to show you that it's important for you to keep looking at a team sheet and keep looking at the map and trying to get your situational awareness on where the teams are, where the enemies are, what kind of tanks they are bringing. Unfortunately, in the recordings, it doesn't show that I'm doing this a lot. So I was doing that manually as I was recording this video. So I thought I'd explain that to you and show you how that actually works. But actually, I'm checking it a lot as I'm playing. Now, as you know, this is the Charlie objective, and on defense, this is the easiest mode to defend on. And you've seen me make videos on this objective a lot. Charlie objective is the easiest to defend on. Now, whether you're attacking or you're defending like I am right now, it is really important that you play aggressive early in the game. Why? Because average time is 24 minutes in this game mode, and in 24 minutes, realistically, you need to try to rank up as quickly as possible. So if I had to make like a decision for you, I would say try to rank up inside 15-16 minutes, and you need to rank up as quickly as possible. And to do that means you need to do a lot of damage. You need to be aware of what's happening on the map, and you need to know how to get the most frontline experience to rank up as quickly as possible. Now, if you're defending, of course, you want to do a lot of damage, and not just do a lot of damage. Do a lot of damage on guys that are inside the cap circle, guys who are actually capping the objective. When you shoot those guys and do damage to them, you get more XP. You will rank up a lot quicker, and especially if you kill the guys that are inside the cap circle, you will rank up a lot quicker. So that's what you need to do. Now, whether I'm defending or I'm attacking, the first tank I choose is always the T-44-100. You can choose similar tanks like this, maybe the FV-4202. That's any kind of medium tank that has a little bit of armor, that has like a quick reload, 5-6 second reload. That's going to be sufficient. The T-44s, the T-44-100s, these are good tanks because they have a little bit of armor. And my idea is be aggressive, go in and do, if you get 1500, 2000 damage in your first tank and you lose half your HP, that's good enough. Like you saw me there doing like maybe 1500 damage before I took some damage, and then I went and repaired my tank. That works well for me because I'm making use of my HP to trade. When I'm shooting these guys, of course they are shooting me back as well, but I am making the calculation that I can make, I can do 2 shots into them before they can fire 1 shot into me. You know what I mean? I'm making those kind of calculations in my mind. I'm always thinking about trying to get damage, but I'm not trying to avoid getting damaged as well. You know what I'm saying? I'm willing to trade a little bit of my HP in order to get some damage. Because you've got to think about it this way. When you're playing the frontline modes, it is completely different from the random modes. In random modes, when you're dead, game over, go back to lobby, go into the next game. In frontline modes, you have reserve tanks, you have reserve spawns, right? So you need to play that numbers game, that percentage game in your mind. You need to be very aware of your health pool, how much HP you have to trade, and how much you're willing to trade to get some damage. I hope that makes sense to you. So you can't play this like random mode at all. You need to juggle your HP, you need to juggle your respawn tanks, how many tanks you have in your respawn, because it has some cooldown before you have tanks that are ready to be respawn into your garage. And then you need to juggle your map awareness. You need to be aware of what's happening around the map. Like right now I'm abandoning C to go to A, B, C, D, E. Objective Echo, which is already been captured. As you can see, the enemy has already captured Bravo and Echo, which is the easiest line for them to attack from. Bravo is very easy to cap, so it's no surprise that they've already advanced, and they're already attacking Echo, and they've already captured Echo. Now what am I doing? I'm going to Echo to try to stop them, to try to do a little bit of damage into them, to try to delay them, to try to do something. Why? If you look at the map just now, you could see they've not captured Alpha and Charlie, but they've broken through into Bravo and Echo. Now, if I don't do something, if I don't try to help out, try to do a little bit of damage, try to slow them down, try to kill those attackers, stop them from going to the repair stations and top up their HP. If I don't do this, they are going to break through, and they are going to destroy the objectives 345 example, because they are already advancing so quickly. So what I'm trying to do here is try to contribute a little bit into slowing them down in Bravo and Echo. You know what I mean? I need to stop them here, try to help out. Not everybody's going to help out, but if you can, if you're in a position to help out, do help out, because if you are in a mobile tank like I am, 1 shot, 2 shots helps out a lot. It takes down their HP, and maybe one of my other teammates can kill them. Why is this important? Because time is of the essence. If you allow them to break through to Echo and into objective 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the game is going to end a little bit quicker. You know what I mean? They're going to kill our turrets, destroy the objective 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If they kill 3 of them, the game is going to be over, and the game is going to be over in under 20 minutes, which is bad for you, it's bad for your team, it's even bad for the attacking team, because less people are going to make general. So the idea is try to make general, try to extend the game into 23-24 minutes, and that's gonna help more people, not just you, to become rank into general. Now, as you can see, I was in a platoon there of 3 people. I made the platoon after I got into the game. Now, I realized that was a mistake. You actually need to create your platoon before you get into the game in order to get to gain that 15% extra credits and extra XP bonuses in a platoon. It doesn't work for dynamic platoons. You can't be in a dynamic platoon. I mean, get into the game and then invite people into your platoon and then earn the extra 15% that way. You can't do that apparently. Apparently you need to be in a platoon before the game starts. So that's what I just found out recently. So I'm gonna start doing that more often. Make sure I get into a platoon before I get into the frontline games so that I can earn that extra 15% of credits, earn an extra 15% of XP. Now, also one more thing about the defense mode in Frontlines. Now, a lot of people hate the defense mode, right? But things have changed in episode 4, episode 5, episode 5, especially now that you have the 3 combat reserves for your medium tanks and for your heavy tanks. It is favoring the defensive teams a lot. Defense teams actually win 47% of the time in episode 5, which means in episode 6 you're going to have a lot of people playing a defense that are going to win just as much as attacking teams. So there's no excuse for you to complain about being in a defensive team, because defensive teams win just as much as attacking teams. Now, one more fun fact that you probably didn't know about this is I've been keeping track of Frontlines since episode 4 and episode 5, and the fact is, according to the statistics, in the first 2 days of Frontlines, I'm talking about Mondays and Tuesdays and a little bit of Wednesdays, okay? The first 1, 2 and a little bit of the third day of Frontlines, this game mode overwhelmingly favors the defense team. In the defense position, in the first 2 days, it is overwhelmingly favoring the defense team. Defense team win a lot more than attacking teams. For me, the defense team won 70% of the time in episode 5 for the first 2 days. Now, eventually the attacking teams got better and better and better. On the 3rd day, 4th day, 5th day, they got better and better, and eventually they overtook the defensive teams in terms of winning. But it was still very close. The defensive teams won 53% something of the time, while attacking teams won 47% of the time. But in the first 2 days, defensive teams won a lot. So if you are playing on Mondays and Tuesdays, don't be dismayed if you are spawned in a defensive team. If you're in the defensive spawn, it's okay, because you are probably gonna win, especially on the first 2 days. So remember that. Don't give up just because you're in a defensive team. Especially in the first 2 days, your winning chances are probably gonna be around the 65-70% range. Okay, so that is one of your things you need to think about. Even if you're in a defensive team, since episode 5, with the combat directives being favoring the medium and the heavy tanks, where the mediums have 2 combat reserves and the heavy tanks have 3, this means the defensive teams are going to win a lot more from now onwards. So there you go. Now, you saw me spawning in 2 light tanks there and died in the EBR 75 and the now I'm the LT432, and I was trying to spot for these guys here in the Delta objective. Now, this video, as I was talking about, the overarching thing about this video and any frontline video, we're talking about mobility here. A lot of medium tanks, a lot of light tanks, and a lot of switching positions. Now, when I talk about mobility, I'm not just talking about fast tanks. I'm also talking about heavy tanks. When you decide to switch tanks, if abandon your tank, or decide to YOLO someone and die so that you can switch into another tank, even if you're in a heavy tank, you're not just spawning in the same position. You need to think about going into other positions, taking up other spots on the map. So that's what I'm talking about when I talk about mobility. It's not just about being in the fast tank or in a mobile tank and fast firing gun. You are also thinking about being mobile, being even if you're in a heavy tank, you need to think about switching positions, going somewhere else that is better than the current one you're in. Now, this is a Pepega move here. I made a complete mistake there. Getting into that position, I exposed myself too far because I didn't have enough gun depression, and because of that I paid my price for it. I lost the LT432 because of that, but that's not a problem. Now I'm spending my time here looking at where I should go, and this is also part of mobility, because you need to think about now that Delta was already lost by the time I died, because they were already they were probably going to cap it out whether I respawn in that position or not. So I decide to go to where I think they will be trying to cap next. Now again, this is post-production. Clicking on the team sheet here to show you what I'm doing. I had to do it post-production to show you that I'm looking at the team sheets. This is very important. Keep looking at your team sheets. Now I am in the Emil 1951, and this position is really good for this kind of tank, Emil 1951. Now a lot of people haven't claimed their reward tank yet, have not got enough prestige points to get this reward tank, but that's okay. The similar tank is the Emil 1, which is a Tech 3 Swedish tier 8 auto loader, which can play the same role as the Emil 1. Your turret is almost impenetrable in this position, and this position is really great for farming damage if you're defending. Now take a look at my rank. I'm only ranking lieutenant right now, and there you go. I've ranked just ranked captain with that one shot, and basically I am not even close to getting general in this game, but I am trying to look for the best position, the best places where I can farm as much damage as I can, try to shoot into people that are inside the capture circle. And this position is really great if you are in some kind of auto loader that you can hull down, like I'm talking about the Emil 1 and especially the Emil 1951. Now I don't know if the 5100 or the Somua SM would be good in this position. It would depend a lot on the turret armor. I don't suppose the 5100 has really great turret armor for this position. Maybe the Somua would do a little bit better because of its armor profile, but if you have an Emil 1951 or an Emil 1, this is a great position for you to be in. If you have a Kayana Varon Action X, if you have a Kayana Varon tier 8 Tech 3 tier 8 heavy tank, this would also be a great position because you can continually fire. It's got a quick reload. You can keep shooting people inside the capture circle, and there you go. Use up in your heavy tanks, use your artillery, use your Inspirer. I've got 3 slots in heavy tanks, of course, and I will always carry the first thing I want to carry is engineering, the second thing I want to carry is Inspire, and the third thing I want to carry is artillery instead of airstrikes. Why? Because airstrikes is kind of like carpet bombing, right? You shoot a bigger amount of area but you do less damage, while artillery strikes is more focused. Like you can totally kill a guy that's like 50% HP or something like that. Not a heavy tank, but definitely a light tank and probably a medium tank. You could do that if you were if you had the artillery strikes smack head on them. Now there you go. I decided to take a little bit of damage and because I still had one more shot to go, I might as well emptied my clip there. And now the problem is I am ammo racked, and I'll fix that ammo rack. Now I have half HP left and I am major, so what am I gonna do here? I can't go and repair it because the repair station is quite far away. I need to drive quite far away to get it, so I'm gonna try and manage the remaining HP of my that I have left in this tank, because I know that I can't go and really like drive somewhere to go and top up my HP pool, go to the repair station, right? So I need to stay here, and I need to get as much damage as I can without taking any more damage, because I only have half HP left. I could probably survive, like if someone YOLO'd me, 2 tanks YOLO'd me, I could survive for a little bit more, and that's about it. So I need to be careful here. Now for as long as they are not capping, I don't need to poke and you know, expose my hull there and take any kind of damage. I know that no one's capping, so I might as well just chill here and wait and let the enemy advance. There you go, someone is using the airstrike carpet bombing, and that wasn't very good on their part, because it took up a little bit of my HP. I think they hit me directly, but normally it doesn't do airstrikes. Airstrikes don't do a lot of damage. Artillery strike does a lot more damage, and this guy is presenting himself to me, which is perfect, because I can totally unload 3 full shots at him, which means I did not waste any of my any of my clip there. 3 of my shells completely connected with him, so that was an excellent trade for me. Even though I took a little bit of damage from some airstrikes or whatever, it doesn't matter now. I have enough time to actually reload and hopefully make 1, 2, 3 more shots. If I'm lucky, I can unload an entire clip. Now I see these guys approaching underneath me. Now if I can shoot 1, 2 more shots, I will do it. If I can unload my clip, that's the best thing I can do. So that's exactly what I'm trying to do, but unfortunately, after making my second shot there, someone sniped me very accurately and completely took me out. But that's okay, because right now only 6 objectives have been captured, including this one, and I'm very close to making it to general, which means my chances or my opportunity to make general is actually still very much a game on. I am very close to making general because the enemy teams have only halfway destroyed one of the objective, which is objective 3. As you can see, someone's climbed up the castle, probably one of the wheeled tanks, and there's no one tracking him, no one tried to kill him, so he's just farming that objective on his own. Probably that's the case, but look at me, I am like 2-3 shots away from making general, so I am fairly certain of making general right now, as long as the game extends, and it has extended, because they have managed to capture Foxtrot, the one that I was defending in with the Emil. So I'm very confident and very sure that I'm going to make general. So what I'm going to do is try not to waste any time, try to look for as many enemies as possible and try to shoot them. But I came up to the turret tree to kill that whoever that was trying to cap the trying to destroy the objective number 3, but he was already killed or gone or whatever. So I need to double time it, get down this hill as quickly as possible, and try to secure my general. Now I'm being super aggressive here because I'm very close to being general, so I want to try and not dilly-dally and waste too much time sitting at the back and sniping and hoping that I make it to general. I might as well, you know what I mean, it's in my hands whether I make it to general or not. If I don't make it to general right now, it's going to be totally my fault, because I have tanks in reserve. I have a really aggressive combat tank here. I might as well just roll the dice, go forward, try to do as much damage as I am, as I can, secure the general. Even if I died right now trying to be general, I still have a reserve tank in my carousel. So that is why I am going forward like Pepega. You know, you see me pushing forward here. It doesn't make sense, right? Being so aggressive normally, under normal circumstances, it doesn't make sense that I am on my own here, just pushing forward and doing damage and risking my HP and dying to this guy. It doesn't make sense, right? But it makes complete sense if your mindset is in frontline modes. You are thinking about how to get to general, and that was the quickest way to do it. And even if I died and lost my tank there, even if I only did like 1,000 damage in that 3 minutes, but I forced it. I did it. I successfully, right? I made myself a general. And if I didn't become a general, it would have been totally my fault. If I just sat behind in my T-44-100 and sniped those guys that were pushing forward, I might have not made it to general, right? If I want to secure that general, it's going to take me 3, 4, 5 shots, whatever. It's going to be worth it for me to push forward and take the damage. I trade my damage for a little bit of damage. I do a little bit of damage, I take a little bit of damage. Unfortunately, I died, but it was calculated because I knew that even if I died, I could hop into another tank because I had some in reserve. So this is my message to you. Your mindset need to change a little bit from your random battles mindset. You need to learn how to manage the map, manage your respawn, manage the time. So if I look at it, we ran out of time. Now, if I didn't push forward in my T-44-100 there in my last respawn, I might have not made it to general, right? And there we go, top general of the army, biggest dickest, largest penis, and general of the army, whatever, 100,000 of credits. Again, I was shooting a lot of AP shells, no longer premium shells. I'm going for the damage. I'm going for the credits, as much credits as I can, because I'm already caught up with Frontlines. I don't need to catch up a lot. I don't need to shoot a lot of premium shells to catch up. I can shoot just regular shells, and if it happens, it happens. And I hope you enjoyed this video and took a little bit of insight into how to be successful in this game mode. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you again on the next one. Bye bye.